Hello there.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fights. We are here for a team's #1 contender match. I got Nick here with me. I'm Tim, I should say. Nick is here. Nick, how are you? How's your day been?
Excellent, because rounded corners.
Yeah, we're pointing them out now. The rounded corners have taken over Multiplex Entertainment. You're welcome, world. No more points. Nick, spooky stuff going on here at Fandom Fights. Robert Kastner is the singles champ right now. Very deserved. He won the belt. It was glorious. We were there. It was a great match. But Robert earned something earlier in the year. He won a contendership from the what do we call it? Not the free for all. What do we go? Holy shit! Last one standing. My God, he won the MVP of the last one.
Yeah, do you want me to explain what happened?
No, Nick. He got a contendership, automatic contendership from being the MVP of the last one standing, and he's here to play with Kaiser for the team's contendership because he's already got that singles belt. This is the only one he can cash in for. This is his last opportunity to do so. So he's doing it, and he's picked a team, I guess. Nick, what's the criteria here before we talk to Rule of Two and figure out who they picked?
Absolutely, Tim. So as you know, just yesterday, we saw the conclusion of WOT with One Arm Tide tournament.
Phenomenal. I loved the outcome.
Great tournament, but to all those who watched, starting in the semifinals, it was indeed a singles tournament. So a team did not win, which means we need a team's title match. That's where Rule of Two comes in. They were given the option to play one of the three teams that made it the furthest in WOT. So one of the three teams that made it to the quarterfinals, which means we are about to see Rule of Two play either Escape from Melee, The Bourne Identity, or Pinheads.
Well, okay, we're going to see that. One of those three teams, right?
Yeah.
Robert, would you just tell us?
Oh, I was hoping that this would be a reverse WOT situation where it would be a team against one. Yeah, but we'd get all the advantage. I thought that's what this was. Is that not what my MVP ship does? No?
You missed the fine print.
Unfortunately not. Robert, who are you picking? Come on, we got to get them in here.
Well, I thought long and hard about it, and I thought, why not play with friends and make it as hard on myself as possible? So we playing
can't play. We're hosting.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Yes. Yeah, I apologize. But you guys are separated anyway, so it would have been weird. 4-on-2? No. I picked the Pinheads.
Pinheads. Okay. All right. Well, we got Rule of Two versus Pinheads then. Let's go talk to the players in the promos.
Guys, thanks for bringing me along. I'm going to say one thing. It's really Robert must be the nicest guy in the world because Kaiser doesn't deserve a fucking thing on this earth. He's a piece of shit. How you guys feeling?
Jeremy, what do you think? You're muted. That's what I think.
I feel grateful. Robert is a super nice guy. Kaiser has his moments. But it's cool. Like Robert's put in all this hard work all year. He's had a great amount of success and all these opportunities. And we have not done that. And this is our second contender match of the year handed to us. And I will take it. I will take it and I will dance around and I will show everybody what I got because I don't get to keep it for long. So it's going to be a great time.
Let's dance.
Kaiser said this off screen, but we got these Axis powers here merged together, allied to try to stomp out what should be a good final note to this season for us. I know that you are less than in ideal shape, but you know what? The team is strong, and thus we're strong. How are you feeling?
Yeah, you picked our friends. I think Will and Jeremy are deserving to be here, regardless of, like, among the three teams that we were given the options of. I think by far they were the most deserving. So if you were to put who is the most deserving of a shot to be here playing us, it is them. So I'm glad they're here. I don't think I'm in great shape. I'm not sure how well I'll do, but I'm just eager to get this over with.
I'm good at karma and bad at strategy.
Who knows?
Nick, the mystery has been revealed. We are getting into it. What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. Pinheads are right. This is their second contender match of the year. That was kind of handed to them, but they did other things to earn the ability to be chosen for those contender matches. So it wasn't just handed to them. Like, they had to win in round one of WOT. They had to stay together as a team and have a good record to be in the contender match at the beginning of the year. And I do think they are probably... I think they're a very good middle tier team that's just on the precipice of becoming like one of the top tier teams. If they win today, I think that could be the step they need to get there. Rule of two, haven't seen them since the tournament, and I think they're hungry. They're a fantastic team, like a title contending team, always have been. So I'm looking forward to see them play today.
And it's weird we haven't mentioned it once, but whoever wins today has to go play Tyler and Brittany too. So like, good luck to both of you. Let's get. Maybe I'd want to lose personally, but let's get into it. Starting with round number one, Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions around the Fandom fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we say finish down. At which point the players will reveal their answer and say each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. And should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions to begin in round number one?
Jeremy was smoking, so the hashtag worked.
Oh, so I'm so jealous.
He's got my back.
Your first question comes in the category of Marvel. In Madam Web, how does Cassandra originally think her mother died?
All right, I want to ask you a question. So this, what I'm doing right now, like the double chin.
You're not smiling, though. She's smiling. Yes, that's better.
Okay.
Was that just a picture of you?
Yeah, let me show it to you again, just so you can see.
You should count down while you show me.
Oh.
Get more teeth.
Pens down. Let's go to Robert.
In childbirth.
Let's go to Will.
Yeah, I just said shot.
Kaiser.
President.
And Jeremy.
Giving birth to her.
Childbirth, giving birth to her is correct. 1-1 is the score. Your next question is going to come in the category of creature features. In which creature features film will you hear the quote, "Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. We're just used to being the cat."
There's some grammar issues in this one. I'm just gonna.
Okay, you go ahead and fix that.
Clean that up.
I'm going to talk about...
I fixed it already. You don't
okay,
have to do that.
great.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about instead? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pen down. I didn't hear what you said. Let's go to Will.
I said Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
No. Let's go to Kaiser.
You can't remember and say Jurassic World Dominion.
Let's go to Jeremy.
I said The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
And Robert.
I also said Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
All incorrect. We were looking for Jurassic World, the first one. Nick, what's next?
Next question comes in the category of sci-fi icons. Who directed RoboCop 3?
You know, I'm not totally just like... I don't do things aimlessly all the time. Like maybe 5% of the time I do things aimlessly. When I do the no bit, I do it when there's like a lot of options. and I hope that two people, specifically the first person and the last person, don't have the same answer, so that Robert has to sit there the whole time going, "Fuck!"
Well,
but
I didn't feel good about the answer.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Where there's that person who's always likely.
1. Pens down. Let's go to Kaiser.
I'm having a bad day. I said Irving Kushner.
Let's go to Jeremy.
I said Frank Miller.
Let's go to Robert.
Fred Decker.
And Will.
I'm having a bad night, Irvin Kershner.
Irvin Kershner did the second one, I believe.
Yeah.
Fred Decker is correct. So Robert hits that, making it 2-1. Your next question is in the category of criminal underworld. In John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, an assassin named Ernest tries to kill John before he is excommunicado at what specific location? I had to burp that whole time. Ooh.
Need the name of the location.
What Nick said. Nick, you had something to say.
I was just going to ask if you ever felt like a plastic bag.
Yeah, often.
Okay.
Floating in the wind?
Drifting.
Oh, shit, man. Wrong. 5.
Yeah.
4. I was close. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Much like our career as a team, you have got it right. I was close. Let's go to Jeremy.
New York Public Library.
Let's go to Robert.
It's a New York Public Library.
Let's go to Will.
I said New York City Library.
And Kaiser.
New York Public Library.
Nick, thoughts on New York City Library? You live there.
Do live there.
I would take it, but I don't know things.
I think we can take it, and if Rule has an issue, we'll go from there. So
okay, so we'll take it 4-3, and if there's an issue, you can challenge.
What do you think, Kaiser?
I mean, you've been to New York. Has it been called the New York City Library before?
I wish I knew, buddy, but I don't. So, if you want to just keep...
Nick, can you repeat the question, please?
In John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, an assassin named Ernest tries to kill John before he is excommunicado at what specific location?
And then you say specifically wanted
the New York City Library. So, if you want to challenge it, I'm cool with it.
Since you say specific, I think we...
All right. We're going to challenge on the basis that Will did not give the exact name as you specified.
Okay. We'll be right back after this challenge. All right, back from the challenge. Tough one. Unfortunately, we are deciding to not give Pinheads the point. Rule of 2 will keep their challenge. We did say specific in the question, and we need the specific name of the location. And though some people may refer to it as the New York City Public Library, everywhere valid that we could find on the internet refers to it as the New York Public Library. There are also multiple libraries in New York City. So by Will's answer of New York City Library, that could mean the Brooklyn Public Library and other libraries that we found. So unfortunately, we cannot give Pinheads the point, but it is 4-2. All challenges are still in play. All repeats are still in play. And we're moving on to the next question, which is going to be asked to you by Nick.
It's in the category of the Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, whose mind does Queenie read first in the film?
That was tough.
That was, yes. Though I feel we arrived at the right conclusion.
Yeah, I believe so too. I there's not many times where I feel like we are off base. I feel like even when you and I disagree on things, we understand each other's perspective. We just might not see 100%, but it's usually like a 90-10 type of situation.
And then I don't talk to you for a month.
Yeah, exactly. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Robert.
Said Credence.
Let's go to Will.
Comma?
That's
what his name is?
Let's go to
Yusuf Kama.
And let's go to Jeremy.
Sorry.
I said Grindelwald.
One of you is correct, and it is Robert. Credence is the correct answer. So 5-2 is the score. Nick, what's next? Or no, you asked that. Stop. The question is in the category of Pixar. Your question is, in Onward, what profession did Ian and Barley's father have before he died? Oh, death, a fickle beast. You want to talk about it?
Sure.
We were talking about how when Bucky dies,
Oh my God.
it is gonna be rough.
That's
Not
never
for
going
us.
to happen, Tim.
Yeah, he's
That's
just
what Maggie says, but I'm like, we're gonna have to. That's gonna be the first time that Ellie's like, "Papa, what is death?" And I'm gonna have to explain it.
No, you need to get her a fish first.
Yeah.
Oh,
really should
good
go
call.
small.
Repeat.
That is the first repeat for the Pinheads. Your question again. In Onward, what profession did Ian and Barley's father have before he died?
I watched a Pixar movie today, which I found to be meh. But because I am a father, it made me cry at the
What?
end.
Well, tell.
I was going to say, was there death in it? And the answer is like 90% probably.
No.
What movie?
No.
I don't want to.
That really narrows it down. Yeah, what are you doing? Why are you asking him what movie he
I
watched?
want to know. 5.
I'll say it
Four,
after. It doesn't
3,
come up.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Will.
I wasn't sure. I said engineer.
Let's go to Kaiser.
I said police officer.
Let's go to Jeremy
I said teacher.
and Robert.
I said professor.
All are incorrect. We were looking for accountant, though you all picked
I almost put account.
police officers. Okay, but everything else was menial. Like, oh, teachers are pretty good, I guess. Engineers are great too. Fuck me. Nick, what's next?
Yeah, the next question is the category of the worlds of DC. How many people have directed more than one Worlds of DC film?
I just want to get ahead of this, and I want to apologize to all the engineers, teachers, and police officers.
A little bit of extra time. It's a good thing we don't know any of those.
We know police officers.
I was going to say Joe, Rue, and someone's
Really?
probably.
There's someone else who's a teacher. Is it just Rue?
I say someone's probably an engineer.
What's Jacoby do?
Nazario. There we go.
Oh yeah, Nazario.
What does Jacoby do? He writes things.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down about pastors, right?
He's actually an accountant. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Let's go to Kaiser.
I might be missing one. I said 3.
Let's go to Jeremy.
I also said 3.
And let's go to Robert
You're missing David F. Sandberg. 4.
and Will.
Yeah, I'm missing 3.
Yeah, cool. 3.
Robert is correct. 4. Zack Snyder, Patty Jenkins, David F. Sandberg, and James Wan. So 6-2 is the score, Nick. Your next question is in the category of epic adventures. In The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, who refers to the shards of Narsil as a broken heirloom? You watching The Rings of Power, Nick? Season 2 was better, I gotta say.
Is it?
Yeah, I have major issues with one plot point, but
I heard it couldn't get much worse, quite frankly.
no, I thought season 2 was a big improvement on season 1.
Okay, I'll give it.
Yeah, like it couldn't get much worse than season 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, no. I would say that season 1 was a slog to get through. Season 2 was enjoyable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jeremy.
I said Boromir.
Let's go to Robert.
Said the man of Boromir.
And Will.
Elrond.
And Kaiser.
Is that Elrond or Boromir? I said Boromir.
Boromir is correct. 8-3 is the score. Nick, what's next?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of Disney animation. The main villain's assistant is called Creeper by patrons at a bar just before the main villain's arrival in which Disney animated movie?
You partially cut out for me. Can I get a technical, please?
Do it again. The main villain's assistant is called Creeper by patrons at a bar just before the main villain's arrival in which Disney animated movie?
So I watched a film today in the cinemas, a horror film, where the first character to be murdered was named Timmy.
Good.
And I thought to myself, my friend Tyler Butler is going to message me about this tonight when he sees this film.
When you said what you said,
Well, of course, Timmy is first.
I was thinking of the Lonely Island song "Jizz in My Pants." It's like last week I saw a film, as I recall, it was a horror.
One, pens down. Last week I saw a film, as I recall, it was a horror film. Walked outside. Anyway, let's go to Robert.
Great Mouse Detective.
Let's go to Will.
I hope so, because I also see The Great Mouse Detective.
Let's go to Kaiser.
A Great Mouse Detective.
And Jeremy.
Tangled.
You're all wrong.
Yeah.
The answer is the Black Cauldron.
That was my first thought. I should have just kept.
Black Cauldron. Guys, your final question in this round is coming from the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek, when Scotty first meets Kirk and Spock Prime, what does he think they are there to do? Yeah, I saw the film as
I think what happens in The Great Mouse Detective.
Walked outside into the rain and checked my phone.
Leads
One
one
rang, and I
to think that was the answer.
open a window and a breeze rolls
He's still
in.
going. Huh?
When Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense. I do like the Lonely Island. I gotta say. 5, 4, 3.
I like
2,
the film they need.
pens down. They made a couple good films. Let's go to Will.
I said replenish the food stock.
Let's go to Kaiser.
That's it. Brings a place.
Let's go to Jeremy.
I said take his transwarp research.
And Robert.
Yeah, I said fix the transporter.
We can take Will for sure. What do you think about Kaiser's answer, Nick?
Yeah, we didn't say specific. So, yeah.
So Will and Kaiser are correct. Bring supplies, but bring food specifically is correct. So that makes it 9-4. Is that what you have, Nick?
So,
Yeah,
Jeremy, can we bring in John?
You sure can.
So
I think
Scotty,
for the opposite reason that they ruled for them, they will rule against you.
Yeah,
So-
they didn't say specific.
well, they didn't say specific, but in the film, Scotty specifically says, "I'm talking about food." He's not talking about supplies. He's talking about food.
Well, the question said, "What does Kirk think?" Is that what it says?
No, it's what Scotty thinks.
Oh, what Scotty
Or it's
thinks.
'cause I think they're there. Yeah.
What did Scotty? So if we go by a quote that Scotty says, so Scotty says that.
Yes, he literally goes on a tangent about how he is hungry, how he needs food. So that to me does not say supplies.
All right.
Do you think it's worthy of a challenge?
If that's exactly what Scotty says, and there's dialogue that says that, and we're asking what Scotty thinks, and he says it out loud, then yeah, then Kaiser would be wrong.
Okay, we'll throw it on the challenge.
We'll be right back after this challenge. All right, we're back from the challenge. Nick and I both watched the scene in question. And while, yes, Scotty does talk about food, we decided that ultimately based on even the question that was challenged earlier with specific in the question, we did not have specific in this question. Food is a type of supply, and Kaiser's answer does technically answer the question that we were asking. So the score is 9-4. Pinheads does lose their challenge. Nick, is that what you have?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into round number 2. How's it going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep it. They spin the second time. Look at 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like check down multiple choice, at which point it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. The categories on the wheel today are MCU, Star Trek, Criminal Underworld, Law and Order, Star Wars, YA, horror icons, and creature features. Take it away, Tim.
All right. So rule 2, you're in the lead. You want to spin first or defer?
Kaiser, I defer to you based on your overall health. So what would you like to do?
I would say let them go first.
Okay. We will let you rest.
All right. This is going to be the spin then for the pinheads.
Wheel of Morality. Turn, turn, and turn.
It lands on horror icons.
Fuck.
Okay. So, Jeremy, we have been doing a lot of studying in this.
Yep.
Do you feel confident, or do you want to try spinning for something more up our wheelhouse?
I think we got to try to get something better. But yeah, I have actually for once been studying this. But yeah, I mean, if we get it, we get it. If not, oh well, we'll get something else. But I think we got to shoot for like MCU or Law and Order or something, like something better.
Something more in our wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah,
All right,
let's
let's
go
go ahead.
for it.
Let's go ahead and spin that again, please.
Okay, this
to you
is
by
the
Honda.
second spin. You're going to be stuck with this, and it lands on YA.
Well, shit.
All right. Let's
All
see where
right.
this goes.
Nick, will you
It's that
please
kind
go
of
ahead
day.
and read them their questions in the category of YA?
Gladly, Pinheads, I'll be reading you your questions in the category of YA. Are you prepared for them?
Sure.
Your first question. The main character has a vision of a villain coming to attack them underwater before being rescued in which YA film?
Is that Insurgent?
I don't know
Is
if
that
I
where-
understand the
Is that
question.
where she does the brain challenges?
5, 4.
Let's just go multiple. Maybe something will stand out. Multiple, please.
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A, New Moon, B, The Death Cure, C, Insurgent, or D, Catching Fire?
The only one I can remember with the main character underwater with water is Insurgent. But this is not my go-to category, obviously.
5.
Can we get a repeat of the options one more time, please?
Your options again are A, New Moon, B, The Death Cure, C, Insurgent, or D, Catching Fire.
It's not Catching Fire, I don't think.
It's coming to get them. That's my main concern. And that's why I want to lean towards New Moon, because I know she's underwater at that time. She does go underwater at one point.
Okay. Yeah, when she jumps.
4,
We can go with that.
2.
Now, Insurgent, final answer.
That is incorrect. Rule of 2, chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A, New Moon, B, The Death Cure, C, Insurgent, or D, Catching Fire.
New Moon, right?
New Moon. Victoria swims towards Bella.
Yeah.
New Moon, final answer.
That is correct for the 1 point steal.
Yeah, I should have gone with my gut.
Pinheads, your second question. Who plays the Avox Pollux in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1?
Eldon Hansen. Is it Eldon Hansen or Eldon Henson?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck. Eldon Henson, final answer.
Would have taken either, but that is correct.
Yeah.
For
It's
2 points.
Yeah, remember vowels. Vowels don't matter here.
Oh, fair.
Your third question. In Divergent, what derogatory term is Triss called by characters such as Peter and Eric because she comes from abnegation?
Stiff.
Okay.
Stiff, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
What a lame slur.
A lame movie.
Yeah, it's
That too. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Like,
All right.
you
Last
call
year,
me
3.
stiff.
Your penultimate question. In the Scorch Trials, how does Eris secretly move throughout the complex undetected?
He climbs through the
The duct.
ventilation system.
The ventilation.
Yeah.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I gave you the points before you even answered.
And, it's
A new one. Okay.
and your final question in YA. In the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. When first arriving at the capital, the tributes of the games are dropped into what type of location where they are forced to live until the games start?
The zoo.
Yeah.
A cage at the zoo. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points.
All right, so Pinheads gets their total up to 12. Thank you, Nick.
That is what I have, Tim.
All right, we'll bring back in the wheel. This is going to be the spin for Rule of 2, brought to you by Honda Multiplex, moving up in the world. Oh, sorry. It's brought to you by the Metropolitan Park.
Sweet.
No!
Take those again.
Spin it again.
New Moon. Final answer.
Feature features.
You
How
did
do you
the
feel
work.
about this?
You did the work on it. I'm okay, but like, and it's
How many better categories on this wheel do you have?
like 6, man. Are you serious?
If there are 6 better categories, then my answer is because I'm not doing well in
That's
this
the
game, and
rest
you
of the
shouldn't trust me.
categories.
Yeah, I'm better at every other one. I think.
That's literally every other category.
Yeah,
Okay, then let's spin again.
sick.
Come on,
Doesn't
Robert. Don't be a
love
stiff.
How humble he is.
Oh my
Law and Order.
Ugh.
Law and Order. All right.
We'll be
Oh
fine.
boy.
We'll be fine.
All right, Rule 2. I'll give you your questions in Law and Order. Are you ready?
Sure.
Sure.
If I can find them. There they are. Okay, your first question. Which Law and Order film features a main villain who eventually takes on a name that it shares with the title of the film?
RoboCop 2? No.
The villain.
Yeah, King takes on the mental RoboCop 2, but like dummy.
I don't know. I prefer going multiple, honestly.
Or do you want to take a repeat and just think it through?
3.
All right, repeat, please.
All right, that is your
Repeat.
first repeat. Your question again. Which Law and Order film features a main villain who eventually takes on a name that it shares with the title of the film?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Die Hard. It wouldn't be Rush Hour. It wouldn't be Lethal Weapon. It wouldn't be Bad Boys.
Wouldn't be Beverly Hills Cop. So Rush Hour. RoboCop 2.
It's got to be that then. Yeah.
I go.
Go ahead. You're fine.
RoboCop 2. Final answer.
That is correct.
All right, we used the repeat.
I was very confused, and I just watched that movie. Guys, your next question. Who plays Agent Isabella Molina in Rush Hour 2?
Rosalind Sanchez.
That's right. Yeah.
Rosalind Sanchez. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points and the lead. Your next question. In Lethal Weapon, Riggs and Murtaugh confront Hunsaker for information at what type of event?
Funeral.
Yeah.
Daughter's funeral, right? They're dressed in black. He gets
Funeral's
shot.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, funeral.
Yeah.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's not Christmas till Hunsucker gets shot through his carton of eggnog. Let's go.
All right, your next question. In the opening of Die Hard 2, the first person John McClane talks to has what profession?
Is he a cop? Is he like a traffic cop?
Is it the cop when gets in the parking, gets the issue with the parking?
Yeah. But is it there or is there someone before?
I don't, because he parks right away.
4, 3,
That-
2, 1.
Police
Let's
officer. Final answer.
That is correct for 2
Yeah.
points.
Thank you, Robert.
We don't have a challenge. Never mind.
Okay, we're good. I know what you're thinking. So I'm thinking the same thing.
I started.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, your final question. In Beverly Hills Cop, what specific room in the police station does Inspector Hill yell at Axel about his unsanctioned undercover operation at the beginning of the film?
Pretty sure it's the locker room.
Yeah, it's the locker room. Yeah.
Should I say men's locker room or should I just say police?
Just say locker room.
Locker room. Final answer.
Yeah, no need to gender this.
Okay.
Locker room is
Yeah.
correct.
I don't remember if there were female cops though.
In the words of Payson Johnson, no need to gender this. So we are at a 20-12 game. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into round number 3. How's it going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions around the Fandom fights. Once the teams here the category, they can choose who will take it. The other player will have to take question 2. You can reset for questions 3 and 4, and can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we've reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 3? Excuse me.
Nada.
Go 10.
Hey, we didn't get knocked out. Let's go.
We didn't.
The first category you can bet points on is Marvel. All right, let's get bets, starting with rule of 2. Who's betting and how much are you?
Wait,
Who's betting? How much are you betting?
I did, and I changed it to 1.
Okay, and Pinhead, who's taking it? How much?
I am for 2.
Okay, your question in the category of Marvel is: who plays Johnny's father, Barton Blaze, in Ghost Rider?
Yeah, this one's funny. Can't believe it's good. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jeremy.
Yeah, best of luck, guys. So David Keith.
And Robert.
Peter Fonda.
And your winners, rule of 2. Both were incorrect. The answer was Brett Cullen, father of the Joker, as well. Nick, thoughts on the match?
Debatable. He's not actually. But anyway.
No, yeah, it's very good.
Good match. I think Pinhead's had a great resurgence in round 2.
Yeah, for sure.
I think just a lot of things didn't go their way in round 1, including both of the challenges, which I'm sure they're not overly happy about. But that was just the way the cards fell. But the questions also just were not falling in their wheelhouse. To the point where rule of 2, rule of 2, the team has the current singles champion on it, and Robert is playing like the current singles champion. And with that great support from Kaiser, I don't think there was much that would have beaten them today. They both did very well in round 1. They worked together very well in round 2 in a category that they maybe didn't necessarily want, to the point where we didn't have to go too far in round 3. So ultimately a great match played by rule of 2, but I think Pinheads should take solace because, you know, they lost in the WOT tournament, and then to immediately be thrown into a contender match, I really think they have to do it. So
yeah, I mean, like I give Pinheads a lot of shit because I like them. I like messing with everybody. I think it's a fun time, but I do feel bad that the challenges didn't go their way, but that's how it crumbles sometimes. But also, I don't blame them for challenging how they did because it totally makes sense. I probably would have thrown the same challenge when you're down that much and you need the points. You got to make the plays that you can. I don't blame them for making those plays. I think they played great. I thought it was a really good match. So let's go talk to the players in the post-match interviews.
Pinheads, here we sit at the end of another contender match where you were sort of thrown in, or at least the previous match you played, you didn't know that the next match was going to be a contender match. That has now happened to you twice. That we can say definitively.
That's true. Yeah.
So you've been put on your toes a lot, and you've had to face off against some very good teams. Last time was against the team that went on to become the champions. Perhaps this time it will be the same with Rule of 2, but I think you gave Rule of 2 a good fight. And if round 1 just fell a little bit more in your wheelhouse, I think we would have been going deeper into round 3. And heck, even with that first Marvel question, like Robert missed it. Like who knows what would have happened as we continued on. So I think there are good things to be taken from today. And I think overall you guys have had a good year considering the circumstances you have been put in. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many teams have gotten 2 contender matches by not having to beat anybody to get to a contender match. So I don't know what kind of list you got on your multiplex site for that. Maybe it's just us. That'd be cool.
There's a couple people who used to run things that I know would be on that list. So anyway, go ahead.
That predates me, I believe. But anyway, I've had a great year. Like this has been a lot of fun. The newer categories, like the Criminal Underworld, was a blast all season to work on. The setting for this match, like I just watched the Freddy movies. I was like, I'm gonna actually just do some work in horror icons and try to get something because I haven't done it at all. So at least I did that, and Will's always great. Like we always have fun, and I hope everybody has fun when we show up. I mean, I know that's not always the case, but we try.
I'd say it's the case most of the time for sure. Will, thoughts on the match?
I'm not even, New York City Library, New York Public Library, fine. I understand that. Supplies versus food, sure. But I'm pretty sure the first person he talks to is not a cop, but a tow truck driver.
Nice and easy, huh? Yeah, sure, at the impound. Next time, read the sign.
Which is not a cop. So that's a hard one for me. But even so, that would have only.
You better be careful. They're going to edit a clip of him talking to a cop into this episode. You just fucked yourself well. Just so you know, it's going to happen.
I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen the movie in a while, and it's been a while since I wrote that question.
Edit it in. Let's go.
But even so, that would have maybe only swung it so far. But whatever. I just feel bad that with all the studying I did for this match, I only hit maybe one or 2 points, which is not usual for me. So I feel like that cost us the match more than anything. Rather than, other than the challenges, whatever. It's at the end of the day, I think the only reason why I'm really pissed is because of me. Because I put in probably the second worst performance I've ever done in Fandom.
Well, let me stop you there, man. It's don't put this on you. It's totally fine. It's Robert's year. Obviously, like he's been there before, like as a teams champ, but he finally got his singles, and Duel of the Fates has got to watch out. Like, I mean, this is as tough a match as I think coming as anybody could have. So between those two teams, so like it's destiny more than anything else, I believe.
If you're going to lose to people, you need to lose to people, or it's always better to lose to people that you respect and like. And both Robert and Kaiser have helped us become the team that we are. They've been coaching us, they've been managing us, they've been doing all sorts of stuff behind the scenes. And so going into this, did we think that this was going to be a teacher versus master situation? Of course we did. And so this was always going to be an uphill battle. But for me not studying YA very much, the amount of stuff I was able to pull, I think it was kind of impressive. So that just
we didn't get knocked out.
We didn't get knocked out. Close enough, but we didn't get knocked out. John.
I agree with everything you guys said. I mean, the respecting Kaiser thing, I guess I'll let that slide. That's fine. He's all right, I guess. The fact that he was sick and didn't die, like, wow, Kaiser, the resilience of Kaiser Huang, everybody. I really thought he wasn't going to make it, but he made it. So that's crazy. Keeps popping up all the time, that kid. All right. Great game, guys.
Yes.
We love Robert. Kaiser, you're okay.
A very good game indeed, Pinheads, and we will be seeing you again next year. In the hunt. Who knows? Maybe all the teams will retire again, and then you'll be ready.
Yeah, maybe. We'll just get another one. Give us another one. Yeah, that's fine.
Robert Kaiser win the championship and then retire. That's what the cool kids do.
So,
congratulations on your year as a whole, and we will see you next year.
Thanks.
Rule of two, Robert. It's a lot of people's years. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people are having very good years, but you, in the tail end especially, you were showing that this is your year as well, and Kaiser's right there with you. So I'm excited to see what you guys do, because it's going to be very interesting. Duel of the Fates' first ever title defense ever was against you guys. I think you were a rookie team at that point. You had upset someone, I think, to get there, and now you've had a lot more experience since then. Duel of Fates looked very strong in their last match, but we know Brittany's taken a step back. We don't know how much she's prepping. We also know that Tyler is prepping like twice as much as he used to. So really, it might just be like a double negative at that point. But regardless, I think you're especially the success Robert's had this year and the success that I think Kaiser is due. I think you guys are about to give Duel of the Fates a very good match. But first, the match today outpaced Pinheads where you needed to, got a category in round 2 that you, I don't know if you wanted, but you were at least able to maneuver it together. That RoboCop 2 question, by the way, I'm very proud of.
Yeah, that's a good question.
They're like, it's RoboCop 2, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking stupid. All right. But you barely had to play a round 3 because you were so dominant in the match. So how do you feel about today's match, and what are you feeling going into the title?
Let me address 2 things.
Yes.
The first person John McClane talks to is Vito Lorenzo, who's the cop.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's the main guy's brother.
Bad, or like, it's just that's the nature of what happened. I looked it up.
I just watched the scene.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a stupid scene with a stupid character with a stupid name. That's why I recall it.
The second thing is, I was thinking about our Cabin 66 match where we won it on Peter Fonda, and I guess I really didn't listen to. I know it's Brett Cullen. When you said, I was like, oh, it's Brett Cullen. I just was thinking of the wrong.
You wrote it down very quickly.
It's not Peter Fonda.
Yeah, no, I think the 8-point lead and the timing of how late it is. I was just like, I would do this shit. So I was like,
luckily you didn't bet too.
Yeah, so whatever. I want to address those 2 things. The match today. I felt really good personally about the round 1. Like it for my own ego. When you hit a lot of questions people don't hit, you're just like, hey, look, things are going well for me. And we're part of the team, so it helps. I think Kaiser got it out. He was very gutty today. The RoboCop 2 question. When you asked the question, I had no concept of what was going on. I was just like, people aren't called Die Hard or Lethal Weapon. That's weird. Or Rush Hour. That's silly. So kudos to him for doing that. And then, I don't want to do a thing where we pontificate about stuff. So if we think we know the answer, I don't want to waste repeats and stuff. So that's why we did police officer at the end, because I'm pretty sure it's that. I think I did watch the beginning 30 minutes of that movie lately. So whatever. The point is that we played well today. Pinheads got bad luck of the draw. I think for the future, I think we need to be at least 50 to 70% better to compete with Brittany and Tyler. Like, the first time we played them, I got 1 in round 1, and we still somehow gutted it out to get to round 5. So I think if we play to our capabilities, we will be fine. Kaiser, you go.
So leading up to this match, I was having a lot of self-doubts personally, because if you watch the Joe versus Brittany, like how many times did they play at like a Mayhem? 2 or 3 times?
Joe and Brittany.
Those questions are not made for anyone but aliens. I'll just say that. And it hit my self-confidence a lot, like, because I know for a fact that to reach that kind of levels requires like immense dedication that I am not sure whether I mentally would have going forward. So going into this match, I had a lot of self-doubts. But then because of that, I knew I had to improve to try and get to Robert's level, like, because he's a single champion, and to do that, I studied harder than I ever studied in at least 1.5 years, which is how I got the RoboCop 2 question. But I somehow still fucked up the round 1 because Madam Web is a bad movie. Nick, don't write questions about it.
Yeah, it really set a tone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like Robert said, I have to be better. Like, I just share how to be. This is my worst. I think this is my worst ever round 1 performance in any Fandom match ever. So I have to improve on that, and I have to at least try and maintain the focus and try and maintain the dedication that I had starting for this match in order for us to have any chance against Duo. And also deep cuts.
Yeah,
fucking hell.
Gonna be the best part.
No.
Nick, I didn't ever. Let's put this on record. I did not say Kaiser needed to improve. I said we needed to improve. I only got 6.
You got 6. You know what? I got 3.
I need like I had Black Cauldron. I should have just said Black Cauldron. I got confused by the bar part. I guess was the part that confused me.
Fair.
And then I thought like bringing sandwiches for the Star Trek, and then I was like, that's stupid. But then I didn't pull it back to be like, maybe it's just food because I'm an idiot. So I thought about these things, but like, yeah, whatever. The point is that we're moving on.
Indeed, you're moving on. Robert, you'll be playing twice at the final act, which I'm sure you're looking forward to. And Kaiser, this will now be your second time challenging for the team's title. Robert, I think you're 4th or something of that nature. Yeah, that adds up. But I'm looking forward to it. I think you guys are going to put on a good show regardless. So congratulations on the win, and we'll see you at the final act.
Nick, name me one person who can pull off the white V-neck better than Robert Kastner.
Can't, Tim. Simon Cowell, maybe, but like not really.
That's a really good answer, actually. No, but I agree. It's Robert. But great job for everyone involved. Great job to Will and Jeremy and John. Thank you to Kaiser and Robert. Thank you to Nick for writing the match. Thank you to all of you who watched. We'll see you at the final act. It's going to be really exciting. Can't wait. Watch all the other things happening around the multiplex sphere. We'll see you next time with another great match. Until then, bye.